Hello everyone and welcome to All-Star Pro Road to International, the randomized version. We've got now, I believe, our seventh episode here in this series. Um, and my goal is to get us to either ASP 25 Never Surrender or ASP 26 Conquest. That is my goal. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What um you, about the series and just how things have been going. Now, let's see. I'm gonna try and add some more fights. Doesn't look like IU will be able to. Alrighty then. And we're already at 4 strength. We were already at ASP 22 strength and honor. It looks like. Yeah, the weigh-ins happened. Everybody made weight as should be the case. Um, this is a small local show. Uh, let's take a look and see. Oh, dang. A bunch of fires popped up. Pretty cool stuff, if you ask me. But yeah, here we are. Never mind. It's back to the... Well, let's see. It says there were a couple of female fighters that popped up. So let's go to available for hire on female fighters. Um, yeah, a lot of options pops up. High level regional in America. My God. It's steel. Let's try and bring her in. Mid-level regional. Mid-level regional. High-level regional. Mid-level regional. High-level regional. Mid-level regional. High-level regional. Wow. We're getting a lot of signings. Potential signings. Mid-level regional. Decent amount of high-level regional fighters too. There's another high-level regional fighter. Why are so many fighters from Texas? What is it with Texas? Ariana McFly. Ariella Hawkins. It's high level regional. Another high-level regional, Ariella Stones, Ariel Leben, mid-level regional, Asia is high-level regional, mid-level regional, Aurora Parker, mid-level regional, Ava Rose Berkman is mid-level regional, high-level regional, Carmen Scherer is mid-level regional, Carol Regal, mid-level regional, Caroline White, mid-level regional, high-level regional, Kathy Richard, Courtney Albog is high-level regional. We first started off with Antonello being a high-level regional fighter, and then it goes to Melanie, and now we're getting all these other big names. It's kind of insane. Jane Babbitt, Jeanne Phillips, Joan McMahon, high-level regional, Jocelyn Bruce, high-level regional, I think. Yep, mid-level regional. I believe mid-level regional. Mid-level regional. So far, everybody's at least mid-level regional, which is interesting to look at. Yeah. June Shanrock, high-level regional. Catherine Campbell, high-level regional. Kelly Nash, mid-level regional. Mid-level regional, mid-level regional. High-level regional. High-level regional. Mid-level regional. Mid-level regional. Mid-level regional. Mid-level regional. Mid-level regional. Pong Babish. Rhonda Ron. Rita is high-level regional. Mid-level regional. Telma Morris, high-level regional. Mid-level regional. Virginia Acres. High-level regional. Wanda Kowalski. Pretty cool stuff there. Is there anybody on the male side of things? Looks like Abdul Carrera. Andre Gallagher. Angus Plotchek. Craig Levesque. Dale Ashmore. Dylan Applegate, Garner Boone, George Rivera, Gilbert Powell, Glenn Clark, Jamie Rodriguez, Marcus Dewey's, Michael Matravers, Paul Avitia, Ray Sylvia, Ryan Ashby, and Zachary Doyle. Alright, let's get into Strength and Honor now. Taking place in Vermont. Let's do it. We will be watching the co-main event and main event of this show. We go to ASP 22 Strength and Honor being held in Vermont. This is the 25th ASP show of 2000 with 6 main fights and no preliminaries at all. Aloysia Pong 28-1 against Agafia Abramova. That is our main event. And then we've got the co-main event, Jimmy Brook versus Chad Valentine. Rita Recksteiner versus Gloria Badger. Mor Vera versus Arnold Silveira. Alia Gilbert versus Irene Bankston. And Russell Bloxham versus Alden Letter. As we now head into our co-main event. We'll head into our co-main event. Jimmy Brook battles Chad Valentine. Christopher Michaels is the referee for this fight. And our judges at ringside are Stanley Murphy, Alden Adkisson, and Darren Boone. We are underway. Okay. Some jabs. Not doing great. Lands a body shot. Valentine goes in for a takedown. The takedown is successful. And that's pretty much the end of round 1 as we go into round 2. Valentine's takedown is successful. Seems the second round was a good round. As we head into the final round, Valentine looks to be cut under his eye. Okay. Looks like Brooke won by unanimous decision. Our co-main event was rated as good. And now it's time for the main event. Abramova versus Pong. Bernard Turquet is our referee. Archer Summers, Mark McFly, and Stanley Murphy are the judges. And the fight begins. Okay. Okay. Into the final minute of the round. Seems the first round was a fun round to watch. Oh. Pong got poked in the eye. The fight continues though. So it must have not been too bad. If something happens with Pong losing, I have a feeling she may end up retiring. Yeah, she's probably gonna retire after this. Abramova will probably have a couple more fights. She think she does plan on retiring in a little bit, but she wants to fight a little bit more. And Abramova is knocked down. The referee starts a 10 count. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Abramova gets up at 9. What? That's insane. And they engage in the center. And Abramova steps back, is on wobbly legs. And it seems Pong won by unanimous decision. And she does retire. But yeah, some great stuff there. Every fight was at least good. We got a 40% and about a 39. We got a 39% in the commercial rating. Sorry, and a 73 in the critical rating. So we should be good in gaining popularity. Yep, popularity does increase everywhere. Great stuff. Um, yeah, I'll keep it at that. And we got $65,863 in profit from that. Yeah, what an event that was. And we're already at and we're already at I'll bring her in. Aston Aldridge. Let's see. So yeah, let's get into it. ASP 23 Inferno. And the show is taking place in Nevada. We'll do this. And this is the pre-show analysis of ASP 23 Inferno being held in Nevada. This is the 26th ASP show of 2000 with 6 main fights and no preliminaries at all. Aiden Peck going head to head with Dustin Draben is our main event. And then Addison Adamson goes up against Clinton Flanders. That's our co-main event. Adam Kingman versus Bryant Guida. Alexandria Bankston versus Alicia Barfield. Joe Barham versus Ruth David. And Peggy Sarah versus Melanie Browning. Here we go. We got Alexandria Bankston versus Alicia Barfield. And now we have Christopher Michaels as our referee. Robin Barnes, Fred Absher, and Darren Boone are the judges. And Barfield took the initiative aggressively. Couldn't take the initiative on a takedown attempt. Oh. That left hook rocked her. Bankston's back up. And gets knocked down. 4, 5. Okay. Um, that's the end of round 2. Seems like it was a good round. Into their last round. And Bankston's against the ropes. Looks like Barfield won by unanimous decision. Fight was rated as good. And now we go into our main event. Aiden Peck versus Dustin Draven. Christopher Michaels is the ref. Fred Absher, Darren Boone, and Travis Arrowwood are the judges. As round 1 begins. Alrighty. And Dustin Draven defeated Aiden Peck by submission rear naked choke. And the fight was rated as decent. So Dustin Draven is still undefeated, it looks like. And we got a 67% critical rating and a 42% in the commercial rating. So we got slightly below high level regional. And correct me if I'm wrong, but this may be the highest attendance we've had so far. Popularity increases everywhere. And yeah. $63,024 in profit. Seems the American Small Local show is going on too. SLOF. Bunch of rival bids. I kind of saw this coming. I'm also going to bring this up just a little bit. I imagine it's the same for everybody, but Friday week 1 October, I guess. A bunch of people did sign for ASP. Great stuff. And going into the decisions, Rita Recksteiner will be resigning. And let's get to Monday, week 2 October. So we're about to reach that. Already more fighters signed for ASP. The VFL fired some people. Some of the fighters recovered from whatever the case may be. Anyway, so we got fighters that go all the way up till fights so we can and shows that we can hold all the way up until we keep on moving forward. And As long as the fights are impressive, as long as the card is impressive, with our financial problem at the moment, uh, we're still going to do our absolute best. Not just for one person, but for each other. Let's see. New mail. Some of the fighters signed elsewhere. Automatic signing. Alright. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's see. Uh, okay. Okay. Now we get set to go to ASP 24 Uproar. Okay, and we're back, and it's time now for ASP 24 Uproar. Um, SLOF has been offering contracts to some fighters. Um, no fighters available for hire at the moment. Just looking to see if there's anybody unemployed. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, I don't see anything. Oh yeah, cool. Oh yeah, matchmaking. Sorry about that. All right, seek and destroy. Let's see. There. Um, I don't think there's anybody from Wisconsin. Oh, I guess there is. Leah Turnbull and Ariella Hawkins. Guess we could have this main event. Alexandria Bankston, Joe Barnum, and then Extravaganza. Oh, let's go likely usage on main card. Okay, never mind. Let's go main usage on prelims. Okay, I guess not. Peggy, Sarah, and I guess we are in Ohio, so yeah, Peggy, Sarah, and let's go. Tina, Alicia Barfield, and Martha Varlands. Joan McMahon, Esther Sanders, Adriana Alter, and Aurora Parker. Then No Way Jose, Did I seriously? I did all that for nothing. I booked a bunch of shows. I mean, I booked a bunch of fights for our shows, and I just realized that I wasn't recording. Whoopsies. But yeah, with the signing of a bunch of new fighters, um, I ended up going into the matchmaking and placing down a bunch more fights onto the shows. I changed things up into No Way Jose as well. Um, when we go to northern Mexico, we're doing 8 fights instead of 6, just because it's our first show outside of the United States. I wanted to do something special for that, I guess. But yeah, we're now getting set for ASP 24 Uproar. So we will do this this is taking place in New Jersey. ASP 24 Uproar being held in New Jersey. This is the 27th ASP show of 2000. We're due to have 6 main fights and no prelims at all. Main eventing is Ace Meltyke versus Willie Adams. Uh, and Mario Marsters will take on Kenneth Luger. I need to change up some of the pictures are again. This is the 27th. Okay, Abram Lebowski versus Bobby Hamill. Uh, Aileen Ortiz versus Amia Baroni. Vicky Evans versus Susan Luger. And Abigail Whitehead versus Ruth Epstein. Now we go to Amia Baroni versus Aileen Ortiz, with our referee being Elijah Ackerson. And the judges for this bout are Archer Summers, Travis Arrowwood, and Darren Boone. And now round one begins. Oh, dang. And Alien Ortiz defeated Amia Baroni by a knockout punch in round two. The fight was rated as good. And Alien Ortiz thanks her sponsors and all of her fans as she celebrates her ASP debut victory and that she's looking forward to the next fight. And we go into our main event, Ace Melitike versus Willie Adams. We got Melvin Whitehead as our referee. Archer Summers, Travis Arrowwood, and Darren Boone are the judges. And we get set with the fight beginning. And Willie Adams defeats Ace Militike with a TKO body kick. And the main event was rated as decent. And Willie Adams thanks all of his sponsors and is hosting a post-victory party that everyone is welcome to, I guess. And we got a 67% in the critical rating and a 38% in the commercial rating. So just a couple percentage points above mid-level regional. And yeah, we do gain popularity everywhere. Popularity increases by at least 0.4% everywhere. And it'll be interesting to see what happens now. We do gain some money. We gain $36,548 in profit. Great stuff there. And some fighters signed with SLOF. MAV TV, only 3 shows remaining. That's fine. As we get set forward into the next few shows. Alrighty, now it's time for violent conduct for catchweight 2. And somebody failed to make weight for catchweight 2. He was 2 pounds overweight. Yeah, that does take a hit on their credibility, but not too much of one, so it's okay. Stability went down a little bit because of a failed drug test at Strength and Honor. But nonetheless, let's get into violent conduct. Well, let's go on the corporate side of things first. I'm going to upgrade the research and the public relations. So yeah, let's get into it now. Violent conduct taking place in Maine. We got Catchweight 2 Violent Conduct being held in Maine. This is the 28th ASP show of 2000 with 6 main fights and no preliminaries at all. Leah Acid versus Stacy Blanchard is our main event. Adcock versus Outboy is our co-main event. Frederick Dewey's versus Tyler Bruce. Ben Hume versus Roger Mitchell. Elijah Alain versus Aman Aguinaga. Jean Askew versus Vicky Ballinger. And we got a 75 in the critical rating and a 46 in the commercial rating. So we got some great stuff going on there. So we reached high level regional in the commercial ratings. And broadcast team close. Popularity does increase everywhere. Good stuff there. Went up by at least 1.1% everywhere. Let's take a look at we got $7,046 in profit. It's not a whole lot, but it's something. Sport Tube. I'll try and extend the contract with Sport Tube. Mav TV. Now we're getting into Women's Spotlight 2. I shall be back. And SportTube did accept, so we will extend that. And move forward into Women's Spotlight 2. Okay, we got new mail. RCF released a bunch of people. Aaliyah Acid returns. Oh, wait, no, Aaliyah Acid recovers. Alexia Ackley returns after her legal issues. And now we're losing a bunch of money thanks to the corporate side of things. I might have made a mistake, but that's okay. As Women's Spotlight 2 should be good. And we are getting ever so close to getting to mid-level regional. Once we get to 33%, we'll be at mid-level regional. So we should be good to go there. And let's see, we're now at 75 in credibility. So we're at the default, and 75 in stability at the default. So yeah, let's get into it. We've got the ASP Women's Spotlight 2 being held in Mississippi. This is the 29th ASP show of 2000 with 10 main fights and no preliminaries at all. The main event is the final of the Spotlight Showcase Women tournament. In our co-main event, Alexandra Petty versus Megan Aarons. Eliza Bakken versus Minnie Alcazar. Ainsley Starr versus Catherine Arrington. And Rebecca Cook versus Gina Morton. Lucille Ball versus Alice Aldana. Megan Thatcher versus Stacey Bradburn. Josephine Kingman versus Victoria Jenkins. Semifinal of the Spotlight Showcase Women, Eliza Liddell versus Claudia Alger. Another semifinal, Catalina Aguilera versus Minnie Kyle. And we're going to simulate all the way towards the main event. It looks like Catalina Aguilera versus Eliza Liddell is our main event. There is a pretty high mismatch, which will probably affect the critical rating, but that's okay. Alan Bradford will be the referee. Danny David, Sam Aldana, and Alina Ivanovich are the judges. And the fight begins. Okay. Clever feint. Ooh, a powerful left hook. And now there's a 10 count. 4, 5, 6, 7. Aguilera regains her footing. We're now past the halfway mark. Both fighters step in the strike. Oh, dang. And Liddell's down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Liddell is up. Okay. And now here comes a submission attempt. Aguilera gets caught in an armbar and has no choice to tap out. Eliza Liddell wins by submission. And the fight was great. Well, here's what happened in ASP Women's Spotlight 2. Got a 77% in the critical rating and a 42% in the commercial rating. That put us right below high level regional. So we should gain popularity. And yeah, popularity does increase everywhere. Great stuff. And hopefully we gain some money. We did not. We lost $14,276. That is quite unfortunate, but that's okay. There's one show left with Mav TV. And we are now going to head on to Men's Spotlight 2. Once we take a look here. We're now at negative $17,027. Fun. Credibility's at 74 too. Again, fun. Stability stayed the same. So, yep, nothing else too crazy going on there, it looks like. Apparently with a new decision. Catherine Arrington. Oh yeah, there was some contract renewals. Ainsley Starr. And Eliza Bakken. matchmaking. Um, Stars of the Night. Week 2, January 2002. Extravaganza 4. We'll go week 3, February 2002. Sport Tube, Montana. Wait, we're New Hampshire. Uh, we'll do another Stars of the Night in week 4, February 2002. Tuesday. We'll have this be Euro Cable Sports. And we'll do this in West Virginia. And then we'll do an storm Tohoku Storm. Euro Cable Sports. Uh, March week 3, third Wednesday 2002. 2002, week 4, April. This is kind of a corny name for it, but oh well. We'll do one in British Columbia here. Um, and then Monday, week 1, May 2002. Um, we'll go ASP trial and error. Louisiana. Week 4, May 2002. Uh, Wednesday. Then June, week 2. Monday, week 2, 2002. Stars of the Night. And we'll do Stars of the Night here in Texas. I need to change up the TV shows. Stars of the Night. Extravaganza, Catch Weight, Knockout, and then for wait, what? Where are we? So we could do this week 4, Saturday, week 4, June 2002. Uh, Extravaganza. Let's see. Well, okay, let's do this instead. Monday, week. So extravaganza. Uh, Tuesday, week 4, June 2002. In New Mexico. Wednesday, week 4, June 2002. Uh, let's go Women's Spotlight 6 in the Caribbean. Then we'll do another Stars of the Night. Go now Thursday, week 4, June 2002. California. Friday, week 4, June 2002. Men's Spotlight 6. Um, France. Then Sunday, week 4, June 2002. And then Monday, week 1, July 2002, Michigan, uh, Stars of the Night. August 2002. Netherlands. So ASP Netherlands off to Neverland. ASP 34, The Immortals. Uh, and then October, Monday, week 1, October 2002. Men's Spotlight 7. Week 2, October 2002. Women's Spotlight 7. Uh, Indiana. Friday, week 2, October 2002. Let's go Men's Spotlight 8. go Nebraska. Week 3, Monday, October 2002. Catch weight 7, Havoc. In Hokkaido. Women's Spotlight 8. Sunday, week 4, October 2002. Why do I keep doing that? Because I know the contract's expiring. North Carolina, I guess. November 2002. Catch weight 8. Comeback catch weight 8 comeback season. Pennsylvania. Okie dokie. I know, and then we got to catch up on extravaganza as well. So Monday, week 2, December 2002. Let's go Oregon. And then week 3, December, Thursday. Battered and bruised in Brazil. Friday, week 3, December 2002. Stars of the Night. And let's go Oklahoma. Monday, week 4, December 2002. Uh, we're caught up on that stuff. Extravaganza. Let's go Eastern Asia. Okay. Now let's actually get to men's spotlight too. Quick accept all. Let's go to matchmaking while we're at it. So we'll get set for this show. We can have this main event. Okay. Males will be main eventing. Looks like this would be a pretty good main event. This is in New Hampshire. I don't know if there will be any fighters from New Hampshire, but we can look. Well, in the female open weight side. Nope. Nobody from New Hampshire. Yet to debut. Alrighty. Okay. Gina Skew and Vicky Evans. Okay. Mid-level regional. Mid-level national, my god. Oh, we need a male open weight fight here. There we go. Barlow versus Dewey's. Tohoku Storm. Um, Mid-level regional. Low-level regional. Trial and error. Let's go to try. Let's do catch weight 6. Will they be able to? Alrighty. Okay. Extravaganza 5. Okay. A bunch of shows were booked. Now we wait to get into men's spotlight 2. Well, let's take a look to see if there's any fighters we can sign. Nope, doesn't look like it. Okie dokie. And the companies are not doing so hot, it looks like. A lot of these companies have not held shows. We're beating the competition for sure. All right, we're getting set for ASP Men's Spotlight 2 now. Um, and we've got Um, a pretty stacked show. And let's take a look at the rankings. Rankings. Well, now we're at 25 in both uh, the women's open weight and male open weight. So that's pretty cool, I would say. Everybody made weight at Men's Spotlight 2, as they should. This is an open weight company. Unless we're doing catch weight, obviously. And I actually want to go into the matchmaking again and book some more fights. But it's not gonna allow me to. All the other fighters are injured or under medical suspension or whatever. So I have to wait, unfortunately. For some of those fighters. But yeah, let's get into it. When was the last show? It looks like it was AFO 2 No Mercy. Yeah. Okie dokie then. And now we're gonna get into the show. Um, I'm gonna simulate all the way to the final. This is Men's Spotlight 2 being held in Hawaii. This is the 30th ASP show of 2000. We're due to have 10 main fights and no preliminaries at all. On top, we have the final of the Spotlight Showcase Men. And then we've got Pong Imez versus Steve Autry. Nelson Cox versus Edgar Guest. Bryce Cope versus Justin Elwes. Clinton Adamson versus Christian Carville. Gene Barnum versus Clinton Lebowski. Gene Patterson versus Bobby Wright. Jack Caulfield versus Brent Peake. Greg Monson versus Albie Ashby. And Joseph Albright versus Antonio Albright. And Joseph Albright was the better Albright this time around, taking on Albie Ashby in the main event. And our referee is Alan Bradburn. The judges for this bout are Travis Arrowwood, Alden Atkinson, and Robin Barnes. And here's the opening bell. Okay. Land some jabs. Takedown attempt is successful. And the armbar is applied, and Joseph Albright wins the tournament by submission armbar. And the fight was rated as decent. And we got a 76 in the critical rating and a 43 in the commercial rating, which puts us right below high level regional. We got 218 people in attendance in Hawaii. And yeah, this is some great stuff there. Popularity does increase everywhere. Great to see. I'm going to bring this down to 0. Minus $22,165. Looks like Women's Spotlight 2, everybody was clean. And Premier Sports we have 4 shows remaining. 4 shows remaining on Wow Wow. Mav TV is now expired. That's fine. Okie dokie. Wow, wow. Sport Tube. Fighting TV Samurai. Okay. I'll be back for Never Surrender uh, in just a little bit. That must be the Fighting Samurai TV, correct? That is correct. Perfect. RCF have offered Joel Alberton a contract. Okie dokie. I think another reason why they're not holding shows is because all of my like I have every fighter and they're all booked to do fights, but that's not my fault, that's their fault. So like You can try to fight me all you want, but yeah, that's your fault. Let's go available for hire. Hey, some more fighters. Why don't you come with us? See, let's take a look at this. ASP, 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 DWA. Actually I got a better way to find out. AFO. ASP, 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 ESP, ASP, 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 ASP. Like their entire roster is in All-Star Pro. Their entire roster is at All-Star Pro. Uh, Devil Pro. The DPFL is not. It's not having my DWA. They're all signed with All-Star Pro as well. So like, just get better. I think I think that's the whole another reason why they're not holding shows, because they're being booked for other shows. EFG only has 2 fighters, and they're both signed to All Star Pro. LFS, same goes here. They don't have very many fighters, and they're all signed with ASP. Here you go again. There's only 2 fighters here that I'm now trying to sign that are signed to SLOF. I mean ASP over at SLOF. And then that was TWA. They're all signed to All Star Pro. And VFL. Everyone at VFL is signed to ASP. So yeah, um, that might be another reason why the competition's not really doing anything. But again, that's not really my fault. Well, I mean it is, and I don't really care because I'm in competition. These are my fighters, not yours. So you can shove it. Credibility is at 78%. Stability is at 75. Corporate. But yeah, let's continue on going to the final show of 2000. Euro Cable Sports, 100%. Premier Sports, and Wow Wow. Okay. They did sign. Cool beans. Uh, people are being approached. That's fine. Let's go into the matchmaking. Trial and error. Um. Okay. California. Ow. Let's see. Uh, Extravaganza. 6. Sure, men's spotlight 7. Bryce Cope. Ashby, Jack, Gene, Edgar Guest, Antonio, Justin, Bobby, okay, men's spotlight 8. Not there. Okie dokie. Well, time to get started with Never Surrender finally. Calvin Mana. ASP 25 Never Surrender. This is our final show of 2000. We are due to have 6 main fights and no prelims at all. Main eventing is Russell Alpel versus Calvin Mana. Aaliyah Robinson versus Allison Leodin is our co-main. Lori Berry versus Wanda Bales. Alina Ashbaug versus Jean Hayes. Cecil Alien versus Shane Backlund, and Ricky Allgood versus Eddie Jocelyn. Alrighty. This is our co-main event. Michael Badger is the referee, and ringside for the judges are Sam Aldana, Davey David, and Elena Ivanovich. And now there's a submission attempt, and the armbar causes Leodin to tap out Robinson. By submission armbar, the fight was rated as great. And now we square off with these two in the main event. Both of these two looking to get a win after losing their last and first fight. And we've got Sam Aldana, Danny David, and Alina Ivanovich as our judges, and Michael Badger as our referee. And the fight begins, and we start up with a takedown attempt that is completed. And my God, that was quick. Calvin Mana defeated Russell Apple by submission armbar. The fight was rated as good. What a win for Calvin. Wow. We got to 37, which is at mid-level regional. And we got 65 in critical rating. That was some great stuff. And on the broadcasting side of things, popularity does increase everywhere. I believe we were using Euro Cable Sports, so we should be good. Yep, $78,275 in profit. Perfect. And now it is week 1, January 2001. All-Star Pro was the company of the year. Fight of the year was when Adrian Simmons defeated Travis Tanner by submission at ASP 19 Desolation. And the show of the year was ASP 5 Massacre, with the highlight being Steve Autry scoring a victory over Calvin Mana by a unanimous decision. Knockout of the year goes to Irene Bankston at ASP 22 Strength and Honor. Stephen Gibson won this year's submission of the year after beating Edgar Avendano at ASP 14 Dreader Bread via Von Flu choke. And ASP got main event of the year in May when Edgar Avendano and Stefan Gibson crashed, with Stefan Gibson winning by submission. The upset of the year was ASP New Beginnings, to be precise, where Kristen Kingman scored a shock win over Karen McGraw by submission. The worst fight of the year goes to ASP 10 Kickstart, where Amare Price beat it Johnny Leodin by unanimous decision. It was so bad it was almost good. Well, now we've got a pound for pound on everything. Leah Acid is the number one ranked in the world. We've only got something in the female side of things. And we don't have enough free agents because everybody's signed to All-Star Pro. A bunch of these companies haven't even held their first show yet. But I haven't really been giving these companies the chance to put on shows either, because I've been booking shows left and right. So, yeah, as you also noticed, I have been spacing out my shows how often I do my shows, so that way I can potentially produce more fights and put on some better shows in general. So yeah, there's that too. Uh, yeah. So I don't really have anything else to say to that. Yep. That is it for this video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.